This is K1DBC. All stations please stand by. The Denver Radio Club Learning Net starts in 5 minutes.
0TX repeater.
Violetti la forte intuizione, direi quasi la visione chiara e sicura che le trasmissioni radiotelegrafiche sarebbero state possibili attraverso le più grandi distanze. Guglielmo Marconi.
Radio was born with a gunshot. From the attic of Villa Grifone in Pontecchio near Bologna, an electromagnetic impulse crossed the hill of the Celestini and was received by ground antenna over 2 kilometers away. The gunshot confirmed that the 3 dots of the Morse signal had arrived. It was 1895, and for the first time telecommunications did not require telegraph cables and wires. The wave surpassed physical barriers connecting 2 non-visible locations. What was separated by distance became united by radio waves. The entire world could connect.
Guglielmo Marconi era una personalità molto complessa e soprattutto molto intelligente, attratto dall'elettricità. Le onde elettriche lui vedeva delle visioni del futuro.
Guglielmo Marconi was born at the Marescalchi Palace in Bologna on April 25, 1874. His father Giuseppe was a landowner from the Emilia province, and his mother Annie Jameson had come to Italy to study bel canto singing. She was Irish, a UK citizen, and the granddaughter of the founder of the famous Jameson whiskey distillery. Guglielmo moved to Livorno, where he met Professor Vincenzo Rosa, a physics teacher who fostered young Marconi's passion for electrotechnology. Strange metallic objects appeared on the roof of his home, capturing the electric discharges of thunderstorms. A copper wire connected them to a bell, which rang with each lightning strike.
Le antenne, maniche di scopa, coltelli, forchette, usava qualsiasi cosa per raggiungere lo scopo, pieno di immaginazione. Era molto originale in quello.
In 1892, Marconi returned from Livorno to Bologna. He did not enroll at the university, but visited the laboratory of Professor Augusto Righi, an expert in Hertzian waves, the radio waves whose potential was then unknown and considered only a laboratory curiosity. Residents on the Isle of Wight, Queen Victoria received information via radio from the Royal Yacht. In 1899, Marconi transmitted across the English Channel. It was now time for the greatest challenge of all, considered impossible by the day's scientists: crossing the Atlantic Ocean with radio waves, from England to Canada, from Poldhu in Cornwall to St. John's, Newfoundland.
Questo suscitò grandi risate tra i luminari dell'epoca, perché dicevano: ma la Terra è tonda, non è che le onde radio fanno il giro. Quando la trasmissione è avvenuta, perché è avvenuta, neanche lui lo sapeva. Lo hanno spiegato dopo. È vero che le onde radio non andavano dritte, però venivano riflesse dalla ionosfera.
Marconi received the Nobel Prize in Physics along with the German scientist Carl Ferdinand Braun for the contribution in the development of wireless telegraphy. He accepted it in December 1909 at 35 years old.
Quindi molto grato di aver ricevuto il premio Nobel. Ma poi l'ho lasciato prima che finissero le cerimonie, perché per il lavoro che faceva. Lui lasciava sempre per il lavoro, era la cosa più importante.
What happened on January 24, 1909 proved the decisive event that led to the Nobel Prize. The transatlantic republic collided with the Florida. Over 2,000 people were saved thanks to Mayday calls via radio by the radio officer, the Marconist.
Mio padre ha avuto l'idea di usare queste onde per poter salvare le vite di queste persone.
It was another disaster.
Hello and welcome back to the Denver Radio Club Learning Net for February 25th, 2026. It's a great place to learn about ham radio and STEM topics in general, and thankfully we have plenty of combined experience and expertise. This is Kilo 1 Delta Bravo Charlie. My name is Daron. I'm this evening's Net Control. Tonight we'll be taking your check-ins, comments, questions, updates, and more. We meet every Wednesday except the third Wednesday of the month, 7:30 p.m. Mountain Time on 145.490 and 448.625. Both have a negative offset. You can contact us via email, if you like, at elmer@w0tx.org. We're on most social media as well, at Denver Radio Club. We also stream and archive some of our nets on youtube.com/Denver Radio Club. So if you'd like to see behind the scenes of the net or visual context, that is an additional way to participate in the net. This net can be broken at any time for emergency or priority traffic by using the word break. Is there any emergency or priority traffic at this time? All check-ins to the net will be taken in alphabetical groups based on the first letter of the suffix of the operator's call sign. The suffix is the first letter after the number in the call sign. If you can, please try to use ITU phonetics for the call sign and indicate if you have traffic or questions as you check in. If you'd like, you can follow along with check-ins at w0tx.org/check-in. That said, if your suffix begins with letters A through M, Alpha through Mike, please check in now. All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. Once more, if your call suffix begins with the letters A through M, Alpha through Mike, please call now. Okay, we'll go ahead and open up the whole alphabet then. We're taking all check-ins A through Z, Alpha through Zulu. If you'd like to check in just for the count, or if you have any traffic or questions, A through Z, Alpha through Zulu, let us know your call sign, your name. And if you have any traffic or questions, please call now. All right, well, this will be one for the record. No check-ins, just at the moment. We're taking all call signs, all call suffixes. We may end up closing down the net pretty early, but we're taking all call signs, all call suffixes. Please call now. All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. If anybody is listening out there, please do be reminded that if we don't get check-ins, it may not be good for the net here, but we're taking all check-ins A through Z, Alpha through Zulu, just for the count, or if you have any traffic or questions, please call now.
0TX repeater.
All right, we had KE0TSF Pete over on YouTube chat. Appreciate that. KE0TSF unable to hit the repeater this evening. If anybody is out there and you'd like to check in, we're taking all comments, questions, updates, and more. A through Z, Alpha through Zulu, let us know your call sign, your name, and if you have any traffic or questions, please call now. All right, well, I guess if anybody is listening out there, April 25th, 1874, birth of Guglielmo Marconi. So International Marconi Day is celebrated on the 25th of April, which is today. You can go find more information over on the, at least the Cornish Radio Amateur Club, gx4crc.com. Marconi was born 25th of April, 1874 in Bologna, Italy. If anybody has questions on that or any comments or questions, please call now. This is K1 DBC Net Control. We may start to wrap the net up here. This, again, will be one for the record, not getting really many check-ins. Not sure what that's all about, but hopefully everyone is doing all right, and we may meet up again next week. We'll throw it out there. Comments, questions, check-ins, A through Z, Alpha through Zulu. Have not heard anybody checking in yet. Please call now. All right. Well, I'm not going to sit here and just talk to myself. I guess I'm not that vain enough for that. But I'll throw it out there. Last couple minutes here, and then we'll probably wrap the net up. But comments, questions, check-ins. We're taking all check-ins, A through Z, Alpha through Zulu. Please call now. All right, we had a Rodney checking in online. Really do appreciate that. I guess I can go through the history of Marconi here a little bit more than what I had done there. Much of his early childhood was spent traveling with his mother and elder brother. From an early age, he was more interested in scientific toys than in schoolwork. Having failed the qualifying exam for the Naval Academy, he concentrated on his scientific interests. He pursued his dreams of using Hertzian waves as a basis for communicating without wires. By August 1895, he had achieved a transmission over a distance of 1.75 miles. The Italian government, whom Marconi approached with his invention, showed no real interest, so he set sail for England in 1896, and in June, that year filled the world's first patent application for a system of telegraphy using Hertzian waves. Later that year, he carried out tests on the Salisbury Plain. In 1900, he came to Cornwall to set up an experimental wireless station, eventually choosing a site at Poldhu Cove on the Lizard Peninsula. Sir Ambrose Fleming was responsible for much of the design of the Poldhu station. The first experimental signals only traveled a short distance, but on 12th of December 1901, the first transatlantic radio wave from Poldhu was picked up at St. John's, Newfoundland, some 1,800 miles away, by an aerial held aloft by Marconi's kites. It was prearranged letter S, Sierra sent in Morse code. After the demolition of the wireless station buildings at Poldhu in 1937, the Marconi Company erected a commemorative granite obelisk on the edge of the cliff adjacent to the site. December 1961, the Cornish Radio and Television Club, forerunner of the Cornish Radio Amateur Club, set up a commemorative GB3 MSA call sign at Poldhu using the Poldhu Hotel to house the station operators. This event commemorated the 60th anniversary of the first transatlantic signal in 1901. Under the new name, the Cornish Radio Amateur Club, similar event was held in Poldhu 1971. Let's see, there was a question in the chat here of if DRC has meetings on Sundays. We have our regular meeting Sunday evening at 7 or 8:30 p.m. on this same frequency here, 145.490. So if anybody has any questions or comments on that or anything else, go right ahead. All right, a little bit more information on Marconi available online if wanted. Let's see. Anyone else? Comments, questions, check-ins? We're taking all check-ins. Otherwise, we might start to wrap the net up. Please call now. All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. Yeah, not sure why we haven't had very many check-ins this evening. Maybe it's just that time of the month, potentially. I just came from our DRC board meeting. Let me see. Our DRC Sunday net is not on YouTube, unfortunately. No, we do not stream that one on YouTube. But we potentially can. This is K1 DBC Net Control. Let's see. Comments, questions, check-ins, anything else, please call now. This is not on Echolink, unfortunately. It's on All-Star, though, but you would have to have an All-Star repeater near you. This is K1 DBC Net Control. There was a question in the chat of if our net is available over Echolink. This net is not available over Echolink, but it is over All-Star Link. I think you need to have an All-Star repeater near you to be able to utilize that, and we have not had very many people use that. So I'll need to bring that up to the board. We may want to convert our main repeater over to Echolink to get more coverage and usage of it. Anybody else? Comments, questions, check-ins, anything else? Please call now. All right, this will be the second to last opportunity to check in. We have not had anybody checking in over the air this evening, which is kind of strange. We've had a couple people in the YouTube chat, appreciate that. But anyone over the air, or comments, questions, check-ins, second to last opportunity, please call now. All right, final opportunity to check in to this evening's Learning Net. I'm guessing just potentially the time of the month that we usually have our board meeting, but we do usually get check-ins during that Wednesday. So maybe next week we'll have a bit better luck and return to a bit more normal check-in count. Last opportunity, though. Last opportunity to check in for this evening's Learning Net. Please call now. All right, well, nothing heard. Let's see, we had a check-in just then, KF0SFX. Really do appreciate that. Checking in online. Appreciate that, not a problem. From Omaha, really do appreciate that. All right. Well, if you didn't see our last meeting, which was last week, third Wednesday of the month, the 18th, it's going to be again the 18th of March. Last week, we had a presentation, a pre-recorded video of terrestrial navigation and jamming in the Baltic Sea. So if you missed that, it's a really good watch. So go ahead and check that out. But it's, again, a pre-recorded video from the another YouTube channel, the CCC, Computer Chaos Club. And this month, again, March 18th, we'll actually have a meeting in person, I believe, a hybrid meeting, online and in person at the Lakewood Police Department. I believe it's going to be by Ryan. Ryan Frederick, WR7F, on the topic of Meshtastic. So if anybody is interested in that, that should be a pretty good topic. So you can check out meshtastic.org for more information, and we'll be getting delve more deeply into it. All right, well, I guess this will be the final opportunity. Last chance to check into this evening's Learning Net. It usually runs about an hour long, but if we don't get too many check-ins, we'll probably cut it short. So final opportunity to check in. Please call now. All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. I guess I'll keep playing a little bit of a video on Guglielmo Marconi by the Vatican News English channel to mark, again, International Day, 150 years. This was from 2024. Since his birth, they recall the rich history of Guglielmo Marconi, the inventor, entrepreneur who set up Vatican Radio in 1931 and installed a big cell phone in Pope Pius' car that connected to the Vatican. So, all right, well, I appreciate everyone who did check in, and hopefully next week we'll return a little bit more to normal. So with that, 7-3. Again, more information on our website, w0tx.org. We had a total of 3 check-ins this evening, including myself. Again, join us next week, 7:30 p.m. for the next Learning Net. This is K1DBC 7-3, and I will be clear.
In 1912 that made a radio mandatory on all ships across the globe.
La enorme tragedia del Titanic che portò appunto alla morte della maggior parte dei passeggeri. Su 2002 morirono 1500, però 720 si salvarono grazie al marconista che stette al suo posto fino alla morte e insieme al comandante sacrificarono la vita per cercare di salvare più persone possibile attraverso le comunicazioni.
In 1914, Marconi was appointed Senator of the Kingdom of Italy and during World War I served in the Royal Navy's Radiotelegraphic Institute. Already in 1920, from his company's plant in Chelmsford, Marconi began to transmit voice and music via radio. In 1922, he inaugurated a new radio station in London, out of which, by order of the British government, the BBC was born. The following year, Marconi was entrusted with creating the Italian Radio Union, the forerunner of the RAI. In 1923, he also became president of the Accademia dei Lincei and from 1927 led the CNR. After the founding of Vatican City State in 1929, Pope Pius XI called him.
Pio XI decide da subito di utilizzare questo nuovo mezzo della radio per essere indipendente tramite il cardinale Pacelli, che era il suo segretario di Stato e che conosceva personalmente Guglielmo Marconi. Lo contatta, lo fa entrare in Vaticano e gli dà l'incarico ufficiale di costruire questa nuova radio.
Ho l'altissimo onore di annunziare che fra pochi istanti il Sommo Pontefice Pio XI inaugurerà la stazione radio dello Stato della Città del Vaticano.
It was on February 12, 1931, when the Pope spoke, first in Latin and then in Italian, praising the marvelous Marconi invention.
Io arcano Dei consiglio succedimus in loco principis apostolorum eonem lempe.
Thus was born Vatican Radio, the first global broadcasting service.
Nella Radio Vaticana l'ingegno, la scienza, ma anche la direzione del cuore di Guglielmo Marconi si sono uniti alla missione della Santa Sede, portare l'annuncio cristiano, la speranza nel mondo.
Wireless e l'ha fatta un loro quasi coetaneo, fratello maggiore in tanti casi per i ragazzi, è un messaggio davvero enormemente coinvolgente di un ventenne, sognatore concretissimo, sperimentatore determinatissimo, un ragazzo della loro età che però realizza il suo sogno, arrivando a fare un'invenzione che davvero ha cambiato la sua vita, ma anche le nostre.
Il numerone di Marconi.
Marconi dedicated his entire life to bringing all people closer through wireless technology, promoting its spread in every corner of the planet. Aboard the ship Elettra, he crossed all oceans and conducted experiments in 50 countries. He dreamed up global communication as we understand it today and made it a reality without ever ignoring its risks.
Mio padre ha sempre detto: le mie invenzioni sono per salvare l'umanità e non per distruggerla.
All right, thank you all for joining us here, and hopefully next week it'll be a little bit more lively. So thanks again, and we'll talk to you all next week.